Hey guys, PeeCarNoo here, bringing you guys another GTA 5 video. In today's video we've got the Tempesta, the brand new supercar in GTA 5, and I thought I'd do a comparison video with the sort of, you could call it the old school T20. I know it's only been out technically a year and a half now, but it's considered technically like an old school car again in the GTA 5 sort of life cycle. So in this video what you're going to be seeing is the T20 and the Tempesta in a real racing environment. As you can see, Ryan here is using that car, and I'm using the T20 obviously. And then throughout the middle of the video, you'll see a bit of sort of hot lapping really on a track. It was actually on Bruffy's track because I didn't have access to the car and I borrowed it from Murphos, so that's quite cool. But as you can see here, I was in the T20. And I was just wanting to see what it could do against the Tempesta. And what you'll find is the Tempesta is $1.3 million, and the T20 was originally when it came out was 2.2, and then it went down to 1.9, I think it is now. So that's quite a difference in terms of price, and it was interesting to see these cars in a real racing sort of battle. As you can see here, the Tempesta is very, very agile. I mean, over bumps, I mean that gap there that Ryan just flew, literally. The car was like I was moving backwards in the T20, and that's not something you see every day, a T20 getting actually left behind on curbs. So the Tempesta on curbs is really, really insane, like literally insane. But it's the agileness that really dominates that car as well. It's so good at these darty little tight corners, tight hairpins, things like that. The T20 has a bit more understeer obviously. Where the T20 does come really good is that initial acceleration out of corners. So you know, first, second gear, it really does pull really hard, and the brakes on the T20 are actually really good. I can outbrake Ryan quite a few times here, but as you can see on the straight, there's nothing in it in terms of the bumps. Look, you can see the Tempesta is actually in a way slowly pulling away, but under brakes I'm able to get him. There's a hairpin coming up here soon, and you can see I'm making ground on him little by little. Obviously, you know, there's not much in it between the cars, but I'm making ground on him anyway between these corners. As you can see here, I can completely outbrake him, and the T20 just comes to a dead stop. And then this first, second gear here, as you can see here, pulls a bit of a gap, and that's quite interesting. So in terms of a racing battle, the supercar class now is insane. You've got you've got even the T20 really still fighting for its sort of crown. And it's actually good that the Rockstar have made the Tempesta what it is, because, you know, it's not the best for top speed, whereas the T20's got a much higher top speed in terms of what I've seen anyway. But as you can see here, the Tempesta on these tight turns will, in a way, it can dominate, not dominate, but it can win against the T20. So it's a good dog battle at the end of the day. It's a really good dog battle, and these pedestrians thought they just ruined the party. So you can see me and Ryan are still going at it. Quite a nice track design as well. I will leave it in the description box below. But over bumps, both cars are really good. I don't know what Ryan was doing there, but anyway, both cars are really good. But it's the brakes on the T20 that really dominate that this car, and obviously the Tempesta as well, which is really good. So moving on to the actual car in terms of driving. So this is obviously Bruffy's cutting Corona's track, and you'll see this lap was horrific. It was literally the first time I ever drove the car. I borrowed it from someone, so it's not even my car. It was the first 5 minutes, and I ended up getting a really quick lap time in this car. It was extremely messy. I hit lampposts, I hit barriers, as you can see here. I realised that you don't actually go on this line, and then I backed off. But it was insane the time I got a 1 minute 2.1 was it, and I think the lap time that Bruffy set on this track was a 1 minute 1.8, I think it was. But look at that, that is insane. So it means, what it means is a really dominant lap on this on any track with this car is insane. You'll get an incredible lap time, even if you choke the lap, even if you do things badly, not the way you're intended to. The car will take over, and you can see I got a 1 minute 2.1 there. But anyway, the main thing that we use these cars for is racing, let's be honest, and you can see the T20 again going against the Tempesta, and I thought this way would actually make it better because you can see how the cars react and how good the Tempesta is against the T20. So if I was in the Tempesta now in the race, okay, I could, you know, you'd show the car, but I think this is a different angle. I think this is a lot better way of sort of showing it, if that makes sense. So yeah, guys, tell me what you guys think. You know, have you bought the car? I probably would recommend you buying it because I know there's other supercars coming out later on as the weeks go by. It's typically what Rockstar do, but for the time being, the Tempesta is one of the top supercars in the game right now. But that's not to say that the T20 can't compete. So if you can't afford the car, then the T20 is still the car to go for in sort of like a supercar race, which is not a really good supercar anyway. Then the T20 is still the dog's balls. But the Tempesta, can't recommend it enough. Looks great, sounds great, handles really good, and it's, you know, it is pretty insane to drive. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and if you want more of these sort of real life comparison videos on track with, you know, with different cars, that's what I'm trying to do. Then obviously let me know in the comments. But I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.